staying on that 135, like you just recently, I want to say in the last 2 to 3 weeks, had some choice words with Tank. Y'all was going back and forth at each other, but you are really close with Terrence. Knowing what you know, and we don't want to know what you know, but knowing what you know, do you really think a fight with you and Tank can happen? Because you're different from Terrence, and Tank is different from Earl, or do you think, you know?
I don't think Terrence got anything to do with the fight with me and Tank. I think that's gonna all come down to me and him. Honestly, I feel like that's gonna be the biggest fight in the world when it do happen. So I'm just sitting back and patiently waiting. I'm focused and ready to go whenever he ready.
So you believe it will happen?
Yeah, I mean, I think that Tank is what he say he is. He's not pussy. So I definitely think that he's gonna be able to stand on what he's gonna try to stand on what he says.
What's good, Just Do family? It's your boy KB, back one more time to get boxing. It's Just Do. I just wanted to give my quick thoughts on the interview that Shakur Stevenson did with the Boxing Voice, and shout out to them for the great work. And I just wanted to, give my quick thoughts on things that he said in this clip. And I like Shakur Stevenson where his head is at. But if this is your first time on the channel, man, y'all smash that like button coming in. Subscribe to the channel, man. Turn that bell notification on all so you can be notified when I drop this content, man. So let's get into it, man. Shakur Stevenson was on the Boxing Voice, and he gave his thoughts on a potential matchup between him and Tank Davis. And, a lot of people has been calling for this fight. They've seen the back and forth via social media between both fighters. And, as things heat up, and with Shakur Stevenson now about to make his first official fight at 135, April 8th against Shuichiro Yoshino, who's 16-0 with 12 KOs, I believe. And that'll be his first fight, like I said, at the new weight class for him. And, we all know Devin Haney more than likely just has one more fight, which is going to be Lomachenko at 135. But what we do know is Tank Davis is going to be there, and Shakur Stevenson is going to be there. So, with that being said, I do agree with Shakur Stevenson when he said this is going to be one of the biggest fights in the world when they fight. I do believe that. I agree with him. And I like the fact that he gave, Tank his credit, and he said, he don't think Tank is no pussy. He think he's going to try to stand on everything he says. And, the fact that he continuously gives fighters their just due and their credit, and he's able to recognize greatness in other fighters, I think he's always going to be able to prepare for that level of greatness. And he just ahead of the curve when it comes to IQ and just being an all-around smart fighter, man. So I like his energy. I like where his mind is at. And again, we don't know how soon or how far away this fight is, but what we do know is with these guys both being at 135, the possibility of them fighting is real. And I just can't come up with any reasons why this fight shouldn't be a fight that can happen in the near future. This shouldn't be something that we should have to wait years on end for. You know what I'm saying? You got two of the top guys. Tank says, in his opinion, Shakur Stevenson is not a top guy because he hasn't even fought at 35 yet. And I understand his way of thinking, but we all know when it comes to Shakur Stevenson, that's simply just one of the most skilled and talented, athletes that we have in the sport. And make no mistake about it, I don't see him having a hard time and struggling at 135 in terms of competition and holding his own. I mean, the only problem that he's truly had thus far, as we all seen, is him being able to get a fight, and him having a hard time getting these guys to say yes and sign that contract and get in the ring with him. But like I said, now he's scheduled to fight April 8th against Yoshino, and that's a good welcome to 135 fight for Shakur Stevenson. And I just want to know, where do he go from here? And what's Tank next fight going to be? If he's able to get Ryan Garcia in the ring, and if he's to be successful, you get what I'm saying? Because he already said out of his mouth that he wanted Devin Haney in the Shakur Stevenson fight after he take care of his business. So I'm going to expect him to stand on that as well. Like Shakur Stevenson said, he believes Tank is going to stand on, he's going to try to stand on everything he says. And for one, I believe him. I got faith in these young kings. I got faith in these young fighters as competitors. I do truly think that they're going to find a way to make this fight happen. As long as these guys are at 135, there's no reason why at some point in the near future that this fight really can't happen. And you've seen what Shakur Stevenson said. Better yet, you heard what he said. He's sitting here, he ready, and he waiting for the opportunity, and he's ready whenever Tank is ready. And like I said before, we've recently heard Tank saying he don't plan on boxing too much longer. You get what I'm saying? So he probably want to get these fights done fast as possible if you don't want to be sticking around in the sport that long. And I feel you, but again, that just means we got a better possibility, a better chance, a higher possibility of getting a fight between Shakur Stevenson and Gervonta Tank Davis, and that would be box office. Like Shakur said, this would be simply one of the biggest fights in boxing. I think it would deliver. I think, it would be a sellout crowd. I think it'd do great numbers on pay-per-view. The styles clashing, Shakur Stevenson just simply being one of the best defensive fighters in all of boxing, and you got Tank Davis with an underrated boxing IQ and God-given power to shut your lights out at any given second, anytime he hit you with the right shot. So the intrigue and the anticipation of this fight is just is huge. It's huge for the sport, and this is a fight that has to happen. And like I said, hopefully sooner than later. We shouldn't have to wait years on end. We shouldn't have to let this fight marinate. At the end of the day, they're top dogs, and the only way we're gonna truly find out who the king is at lightweight is if these guys that are coined and looked at to be the top dogs and the kings of the division actually get in there with each other. And like I said before, as fans, supporters of the sport, it's not unreasonable to demand the best fight in the best, because that's why we watch this sport. We want to see the absolute best fight the best. And since Shakur Stevenson has been in the sport of boxing, he's proven time and time again to be one of the best fighters in the sport. Same could be said for Tank Davis. Since he's been in the sport, he's proven time and time again why he's box office and why he's one of the biggest names in the sport. So this is a fight that simply must happen. And myself, I just can't wait for it to happen. I'm waiting for it. And like Shakur Stevenson said, he's waiting patiently and he's ready to go whenever Tank is ready to go. So Tank mentioned that he's willing to go after Shakur Stevenson and, Devin Haney after he deals with Ryan Garcia. So let's see what happens, man. But that's my thoughts, man. Y'all get in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. When do y'all see a potential fight between Shakur Stevenson and Tank Davis happening, and who y'all got winning? How long do y'all think we're going to have to wait for this fight? And as always, man, y'all get in that comment section and let me know if I gave Gervonta Tank Davis and Shakur Stevenson that Just Do, because that's what I do over here at Just Do Boxing. To the next one, I'm out. Peace.